Thank you, Mayank, for joining us and being part of Leadership Lens series hosted by Global Transaction Advisory Group of A&M. We're very happy to have you.
Ashish, thanks for having me.
Mayank, why don't we start by giving us a brief about Moelis and your role at the India practice?
Sure. So Moelis is a global independent investment bank having capabilities across M&A, private capital raises, capital structure advisory, and private funds advisory. We work across sectors with a wide set of clients, global clients. We are now 23 offices globally across major financial hubs. In India, we started in 2012, and that is when I joined the firm. So it's been 12 plus years here for me. I spend majority of my time working with clients in the pharma and life sciences space. I also work very closely with our financial sponsor clients and large corporates.
That's very exciting, Mayank. So, Mayank, you and Moelis have closed some very nice marquee transaction, right? Specifically in the healthcare and life sciences space in last 12-18 months. Could you share some perspectives about what have you seen in the sector, right? And also talk about some of your recent transactions that you can speak about.
At Moelis, we have a very global and dedicated team which works, on the healthcare and life sciences sectors, within which, we have dedicated and focused individuals looking at sub-verticals. So for example, there are teams who work on big pharma companies to generic companies. On outsourcing side, they work on CMOs, CROs. On the healthcare side, we have teams covering clinics, hospitals, medtech companies to health tech companies, etc. So which gives us a very wide spectrum of the entire healthcare ecosystem. We all work very closely with each other. That helps us to brainstorm ideas, understand trends, what's happening in the M&A space, and then collectively go to our clients to advise them. In India, over the last decade, our attempt actually has been to deliver this global franchise to our clients here. What we've also been very successful in doing is, building long-term relationships with our clients, be it strategics or financial sponsors, consultants, and so on and so forth. At the same time, given our global expertise and corporate finance capabilities, we have been able to deliver a lot of successful outcomes in the healthcare space. As you said, last 12 to 18 months have been extremely busy on both healthcare and life sciences on the M&A side, and we have been able to do several transactions. So to give you a few examples, we recently advised Mankind Pharma to acquire Bharat Serum and Vaccines for $1.7 billion. We advised KKR to acquire Healthium, which is a medical devices business. Prior to which we worked with Aster DM to carve out and sell their Middle East hospitals business. And we continue to have very significant transaction pipeline over the next 6 to 12 months.
That's truly a global practice that you have at Moelis, and some very big names as you spoke about right now. As we see the future, right, how do you see the M&A landscape kind of shaping up for life sciences?
Look, there are, we believe, 4 or 5 big picture trends that will define the next give or take 5 to 10 years. To start with, investors globally and in India have rewarded branded generics driven DOM form players. Given strong structural tailwinds, we believe that will continue in the long run. That's one. Second, if you look at the existing pharma players in the country, we believe they continue to work towards moving up the value chain. Investing or expanding their complex product portfolios, getting into biotech, biopharma products, that will continue. And at the same time, some of the adjacent categories like OTC, nutraceuticals, etc., as they scale up, they will become more and more relevant as pharma companies try and reach out to more customers at their end. And both of these, we believe, will either be driven by domestic consolidation. Case in point, Mankind and Bharat Serum was a case in point of domestic consolidation.
Absolutely.
When someone is trying to move up the value chain on their products. And we will also see some of the large Indian companies actually go international and acquire niche portfolios of products. Last year we advised Sun Pharma to acquire Concert Pharma, which is a late-stage clinical derma biopharma business, which is again going global for niche portfolios. And because of these trends, as Indian companies grow larger, we believe they will take away market share from some of the MNCs in India, right? If you take a step back, 10 years ago, 30% of India's IPM market used to be owned by MNCs, which is now probably 10 to 15%. Some of this will lead to international or global MNCs having less direct presence, but more indirect presence through in-licensing agreements, we believe, in the long term. Now, this is all around formulations. But if you look at some of the other sectors in pharma, for example, on the outsourcing side, we are seeing significant interest from global strategics on CMOs, CROs, as they think about synergizing the entire value chain, look at scale, diversify their revenue pool, etc. And the most important catalyst, we believe, that cuts through all the trends that we discussed is the decision making that is now coming in from the next generation, which is not what we have seen historically. Promoters are now taking bolder visions to move outside their core domain of domestic formulations and actually look at growth outside, including some of the recent trends. We have seen that domestic formulation companies are looking at medical devices or healthcare services.
Absolutely, that is a trend to see in terms of pharma companies going outside of their core domain. How do you see the M&A landscape shaping up for healthcare, right, as a services?
If you look at the biggest five within the healthcare services space, so let's first look at the hospitals. So on the multi-specialty side, we believe we will continue to see domestic consolidation, right? If you look at the tier 1 play that's almost that we have in India, have gotten comfortable expanding into tier 2 and tier 3 cities. They have established great ROEs in those markets, and that will lead to either more investments. For example, look at eye care, women's health, especially IVF clinics. Look at mother and child care, or look at some certain onco businesses, etc. They have actually come of age from a scale perspective, from establishing unit economics and demonstrating that those standalone businesses can actually be quite profitable as well. And we believe those businesses will see immense amount of interest from private equities and to a certain extent from strategics as well. So that's all on the hospitals end. Where we are seeing now increasing interest is actually, as we discussed, on medical devices. What has happened, I believe, over the last decade, Indian companies, through investments into R&D, helping them get global knowledge, etc. They have been able to manufacture products which are, if not equal, but sometimes of superior quality versus some of the global peers. And those products have been accepted in the global markets, and they have made a brand for themselves. So we believe that, look, in medical devices, you will see more and more activity, again, from strategics and from sponsors.
That's really an exciting time for the sector, both life sciences and healthcare, Mayank. In this entire sector boom, right, that we are seeing, how do you approach building long-term relationships with your clients, be it sponsors or corporates in both this healthcare?
So, and given our focus on M&A and private capital raises, our advice is driven by long-term value creation rather than being purely transactional, which can sometimes be the case with public market transactions. And our clients truly appreciate that. As we discussed, more so in healthcare and pharma, we continue, and we have done it successfully for the past decade, deliver our global franchise to all our clients, including strategics. We work very closely with them to understand their next 5 to 10 years of roadmap. We help them partner with their global peers, maybe on in-licensing opportunities, or if they're looking at any other forms of partnership or M&A or investments. When you look at our private equity clients and approach towards them, we continue to get them global sector perspectives, learnings that we have seen in other processes or other investments at the right time. And this is all coming in from several decades of experience that we have globally, which we are able to deliver to our clients across locations.
Thank you, Mayank, for a very enriching conversation covering trends in healthcare and life sciences space. We're also saying something similar. Within the pharma sector, companies moving up the value chain, and the med devices sector doing well on the back of Make in India push by our government are the themes to watch out for. On the healthcare side, the consolidation in the multi-specialty hospital space and the rapid scale-up of players within the single specialty hospital framework are the things to watch out for in the near future. All in all, a very exciting time for the sector.